Hi there, it's Nick here yet again, Nick Dutch. Alright, now, I've been watching the video on the mathfails channel called RE Enlightenment, when essentially the guy who's operating on that channel is talking about the concept of enlightenment. Now, from his point of view, the idea of enlightenment is like a state of awareness in which you're no longer confined to, yourself, your body and your mind the way you would normally be, and you somehow realize there's interconnectivity, and you're part of something bigger and the rest of it. And he goes into this in a bit of a spiritualistic way. Now, I don't know whether I'm right or I'm wrong, but I think that there's a few issues with that. The word enlightenment is used a lot. It's primarily comes from the Eastern religions, from like India, China, that kind of area. And yeah, it's to do with a state of mind. But what does the word enlightenment mean in reality and in practice? If enlightenment is predominantly or purely to do with a spiritual type state of consciousness or state of mind or state of understanding, why would the same word enlightenment be applied to a period in European history which was, I suppose, a development of atheistic ideas based upon reason and science as opposed to religion? This is the same word, enlightenment, okay, being used in a completely different way to that of, going into your lotus position, doing a lot of chanting and having an experience of life or experience of yourself or experience of the world in a different way, and experiencing the connectedness between your consciousness and the rest of the natural world. Does the word enlightenment really mean this sense of connectivity or spiritual unity with something bigger and better? Not necessarily. The word meditation, for instance, can in fact mean contemplation, which is regarded as a tool to reach this thing called enlightenment. Taking that into account, can we really say that meditation to reach the state of blissful consciousness where your mind is connected to all living things and the rest of it and being one with everything, just like the Buddhist monk said when he ordered his pizza, make me one with everything, or is this enlightenment meaning being enlightened in the manner of the Enlightenment movement? Now, just remember, the Enlightenment movement, the Enlightenment period in European history, was essentially about atheism. It was about the development of atheist thinking. I mean, people talk about the Illuminati a lot on YouTube, but people don't realize the original Illuminati movement was an Enlightenment movement. Alright? And they were an atheist movement, an atheist rationalist movement with libertarian and I believe it's Republican-esque ideas. Alright, nothing to do with taking over the whole wide world. No. It was a group of thinkers who were essentially enlightened because they used the concept of enlightenment in the European sense, namely that of reason. Now, if the word meditation means contemplation, and deploying reason requires contemplation, is the root of these two, the goal of these two ways of being and doing and acting, leading you to this blissful state of unity with life, the universe, God, and the rest of it? No, it isn't. It's the process of thinking in a more detailed or deep way. So enlightenment does not mean the entrance into the state of blissful consciousness. It means building a better level of understanding. How can you, as an individual living in the Western world, get that level of understanding? Get educated and start learning about how to think about the information that you receive. That's how you can do it. Will you reach this blissful level of consciousness with life and the universe and everything? Probably not. Maybe you'll start to realize that people are connected with each other, that events have a cause, and you may have some subtle presence in the cause to a certain degree, and therefore in that respect, yes, you are connected to other people, other things, and the rest of the universe, but is that important or useful? And that depends upon the context more than anything else. So am I an enlightened being? Well, of course. Are you an enlightened being? Well, of course. It's just a question of degree and specialization. And part of your job as a human being living on the face of this planet is to carry on becoming more enlightened with the passage of time. And that's just called growing up. Speak to you soon. Bye for now.